Sweet. So thanks so much for joining me, Wojciech. I've got some questions
I'm
about your consulting business.
I'm happy as well, and I will be
Awesome.
happy to talk to you about my consultancy.
Perfect. So start by telling me, what problem do you solve for a company?
My pitch and my niche is as follows. I help consumer market startups and SMEs build powerful operational frameworks and triple profitability, and that largely explains what I'm trying to do. So I try to help the founders, mostly of startups, grasp the reality in a situation when they are preoccupied with naturally with growth and with getting the clients. I help them to make it in an orderly fashion by providing planning and keep looking at the things that they may omit, like economic markers and different KPIs.
Perfect. Sounds amazing. Can you also give me an example of a project that you've done in this area in the past to give us paint a picture?
So I mean, I've done a lot of similar things during my my regular work, because I was responsible for managing product categories in the retail industry, and also very busy and complex startup processes. Startups. Meaning the startup of a business unit at Amazon, for example. And right now I'm working with a startup, American startup, which is trying to build a software that helps to predict operating models results. So basically test-proof the operating models, and my role is to map the processes in order to get the model situation or the business case that we can go to the market with and actually present to our or to the potential client of that startup. So that's more or less it.
Great. And now I'd love to know, what do you love about this work?
Yeah, I mean, I left my regular job 3 months ago, and it was Amazon. I left Amazon 3 months ago, and during that time, I entered Mylance Accelerator. I'm still actually setting up my business because it's not very long time since leaving. I'm also studying at Stanford GSB, but what I do like is I do not feel the pressure that I felt while working for someone, even though right now I probably work more because of the setting and setting up of the business. So my day would probably look in a way that I invest most of my time in networking, in getting to the people that will get me the projects, but also working on my own product and my own offer. But it's definitely different than working for somebody, and especially for a corporation in which you have very often artificial pressure that is put on you, and you are forced to do a lot of things that are stemming just from the, let's say, the company strategy, or just things that need to be done and you have to do it, uh, even though you have plenty of other things that you would like to do. So I like the freedom and actually the ability to work on my own, to create something on my own.
Awesome. And is that why you like quit your job like as a full-time employee at Amazon to move into consulting?
Yeah, I mean, I was basically fed up uh, with this type of work in which the stress was unhealthy, it was persistent, and the stress was stemming uh, from the long working hours, unsupportive environment, unjust working environment, and just feeling not being at the right place, so in a place where I would like to be. And I was planning to leave for quite some time. As a preparation to do that, I enrolled at Stanford Lead, which is a 1 year long uh, strategy and innovation program at Stanford. So that was my transition. I'm still there, and I'm transitioning through Mylance Accelerator.
Awesome. So I want to double click on your experience with Mylance Accelerator. Can you tell me more about your experience?
Yeah. So I joined Accelerator in June, 27th of June, if I remember correctly. It lasted 60 days, so 2 months. And well, basically, the accelerator is divided into two parts. One is more focused on let's say the classes. So we meet daily for a certain set of workshops. And the other part of accelerator is the part where you work mostly on your own and meeting with your coaches on a periodical basis. So what I liked was the interaction between me and the coaches, and the materials that we got, the whole, let's say, technical side of accelerator. It's really good, and obviously, uh, uh, once the accelerator is over, sort of the link doesn't end there. You are still connected, and I'm still connected, and I'm using that connection for asking questions or sharing and testing different aspects of my activities.
Amazing. Okay. Now I want to go to the product that you're building. So tell me,
Yes.
what's the product about?
Yeah. So, well, actually, when I was considering transitioning to working on my own as consultant, um, because of the fact that I have a strong background in retail, and in retail I was responsible for product management for most of the time, mostly in strategic positions, reporting to the board or be on the board. And I also have experience in company turnaround in a interim role and large scale operations from Amazon. But what I really like is to look at the company from the helicopter view and to see it holistically. And to that end, I was actually looking to find good programs, academic programs on the best business schools about business modeling. And I found that actually at DSA in Spain, in Barcelona, and at Stanford. In Stanford, it was much broader. So I took it at Stanford, and this is my product. This is actually what my product is all about business modeling. I'm preparing a playbook for business model testing, or as I put it, business model analysis and design, because in the process, we can either just look at your business model and analyze it in a certain way, whether it is efficient, whether it is logical and poised for success. We can redesign it, or we can design a business model from scratch. And basically, I'm offering a three-step process. The first of which is the logic of the business formulation. So what do you do? What are your goals, and how are you going to get there? So this is the first step. The second step is the value creation model. So actually, how do you create value? What are your clients? What are your buyers? What is your market? What are your go-to-market strategies, and so on and so forth? And the third step is the profit model. So how do you capture part of the value that you are creating? And that is, among the others, unit economy of your business, your revenue strategy, your cost structure, and all in all, this is like a blueprint for a business that basically covers all of the important aspects of leading a business. And my target audience are, as I said at the beginning, company owners and founders and leadership, probably mostly in the early stage startups. I also think that right now, with the volatility on the market, with the venture capital actually backing up, I mean, the quality of the business is something crucial, and the value I hope to provide is to be an honest broker for the business owners or founders or CEOs. So somebody who will approach them, come to their business, and just evaluate it dispassionately, in an orderly way, and just give the recommendations, what is good, what might be changed, and so on and so forth.
That's great. Okay, so I want to talk about your networking strategies. You have grown your personal network, by more than 50% since you joined the accelerator. So how have you done that?
Yeah, so when I was starting the accelerator, I had approximately 1,500 followers on LinkedIn. Right now I have 2,200. So that is the change within more or less 3 months. So that is roughly 50% more. So I'm actually, I mean, LinkedIn is my the most important source of networking, getting jobs, prospecting. Although you need to be very, let's say, cautious when prospecting on LinkedIn. And I also made some mistakes, but basically what I do, I obviously have a, let's say, upper hand, because I have an access to this very effective and very dense network, which is my Stanford lead. And I'm actually facilitating a LinkedIn tribe there. I've established that. So that is one source. The other source is my content. I publish daily. I publish my newsletter weekly, my weekly newsletter, Solopreneur Weekly, which is devoted to topics which may be interesting for solopreneurs, for founders, basically people who have entrepreneurial, let's say, work. So that is another source of followers and contacts. And I mean, I approach a lot of people just doing cold outreach, and recently I started also commenting on selected high valued members of LinkedIn, who have also similar profile to myself, so solopreneurs or people who are active on the job market. So last week, my like the most liked, or the content that was engaging the most my audience was actually a comment under one of the posts of such people, which was liked over, I think right now it's 170 likes to my comment. So, but the persistency is extremely important. The quality of your content is second. You will not be able to achieve that just by reposting somebody else's content or making irrelevant comments like it's great or great or super good, thanks. I mean, it has to be something valuable that brings value to people, that discovers something to them, but the persistence is number one. I think that many people may feel like a fear or imposter syndrome coming in when posting on LinkedIn. You know, whether it will be liked, if anybody like it or not, should I do it? But my advice is you should be insensitive to that. Just play your game, and if you want unconditional friendship, do not look at it at LinkedIn, but just, you know, get it out.
Right. This is very, very insightful. Okay. So my final question for you is, what does consulting enable for you outside of your work life?
Yeah, I mean, well, basically, working as a consultant gives you a lot of freedom, and it actually gives you work-life balance, because I could say that I never really go out of my work, and this is something different than regular work, where you just leave the office and you're out of work. So to some extent, you always keep thinking about your business, and there is actually, I mean, you can always make additional a pitch or one of the platforms, or you can always do an additional invitation, make an additional invitation on LinkedIn. So basically, it can be infinite experience. So you have to be cautious about that. But I mean, it's nothing really aggressive. You know, you do not feel that somebody else is pushing you, is calling you. Did you do that, or how did you do it? Why didn't you do it? And or gives you like some ad hoc tasks that doesn't make any sense, and you just have to do it. It is your drive, your own drive, and that's I think that this is one of the best things about freelance consulting. This the feeling that you are the master of your own time, and that this is all up to you.
Yeah, I love that. Love that. Okay, so that's the end of the interview, Wojciech. Thank you so much for giving me your time.
I hope it was interesting and it will be helpful for our community. In case anyone wants to contact me directly, please do visit my LinkedIn profile, and I'm very open to that kind of interactions.
Perfect.